Welcome back. We're gonna do some more thingadangs. And by thingadangs, I mean we're gonna go over here and get murdered by these things, apparently. I used up our sphere levels, so our characters are slightly more powerful, slightly more faster. That doesn't sound right at all. So hopefully we can better deal with the enemies to a degree in this place. That is not going to help. And I think we may be able to kill this thing before it acts, which would be really good. 8,700, okay, yeah. 8,000, okay. And of course Waka, being a piece of crap, hits Auron in the face. Humphrey, can you hit it? Sometimes you can hit these things with Titus. He's your best bet, really. This, of course, presumes, say, you know, there's a dude with a blitzball who's currently just hitting his own teammates rather than being useful, which is currently the case. Watch him get confused again immediately after I do this. No, he does that. That's fine. We'll just heal through that. Kimari, can you hit it? Watch him hit it. No? Okay. That's fine. Really don't expect anyone other than Victor. That one's alright. It's pretty good when you're winning fights by killing things in one hit, basically. Because it fills up your gauge quite a lot, really. I should be using Cura instead of Cure. I think that might be more mana... you know what I mean. Mana efficient is the word I'm going for. I think. I hope that's the word I'm going for, because that's the word I'm going to use. So let's grab our treasure. Which is good treasure, by the way. Don't forget about this stuff over here. Recovery ring, I forget what that does. And we can't show it because we don't have any party members. I legitimately can't remember what that does. But I hope it's something amazing, because I've kind of played it up like it is. Yuna! What does this do? HP Stroll. Could be useful. It's not particularly, but it could be. We're gonna get into an encounter with a save sphere. This isn't a terrible encounter, especially since you can steal Soul Springs from these, which are pretty good. Auron will just haste himself, and actually Lulu is going to be in this fight too, so that was kind of worthless. And Overdrive is going to slow him down too much, so we'll just hit once, and then swap people out, immediately after hasting them like a dingle-dongle. On the plus side, Lulu will hit damage cap. On the downside, Lulu is hitting damage cap, which I wish she wasn't. We can almost two-shot those things, that's amazing. Sometimes they use Psych Up, by the way. It's just kind of a thing they do. Let's get some experience. This would actually be a decent fight because these guys have terrible accuracy. To get... Let's overkill this guy. To get another overdrive for an Aeon, we really only need two. We actually really only need one, technically. Yuna, please come heal Lulu, please, and then summon. Because she has the turn, we may as well see how it goes. I didn't realize Yuna was this fast. We'll give... It doesn't really matter who we give it to. They'll all do the same damage. May as well let Akasha overdrive more things. How much health do you have? Quite a bit. Let's hit you. Sadly, Akasha's attacks are fairly bad, so... And I've got him in this setup, so... Let's just hit him so he punches us. Or doesn't punch us, and we'll just keep doing this instead. Because apparently he won't counter physical attacks from a summon, which is a bit weird. I can do this all day, dude. Look here, I'll boost. Can you please hit me, or try to hit me? There's no past turn option for summons, by the way. Triangle does nothing. Hit me? Seriously, hit me. Like I'm begging the enemy to hit me. He's not going to, is he? He's gonna one-shot me now, watch. Calling it. If he even does, there he goes. Almost one-shot me. Let's see if we can finish him off with the summon. 13. Yeah, it's so close. I think we can. Yeah. Good job, Akasha. You didn't die in one hit. It's really the most I can ask for out of someone. Go ahead, touch this, run over here to get our final treasure of the area, and then we can leave. By leave, I mean run away. Preemptive strike. It's so easy to kill it with a preemptive strike. It's only got 23k, but if it does have meteor, I don't want to screw around with it. And I know, at the very least, the variety of behemoths that we'll find later have meteor. Pep talk. Is that an equipment? Sounds like something that Waka would have. Yeah. SOS everything. Alright, well that's more, well, it's not too bad, but it's not very good. Ambushed. Hopefully Humphrey doesn't get confused. Which immediately happens because that's basically how this game works. And Lulu is dead now because of freaking Tidus here. Tidus, you idiot. Eyeballs can hit him again, which makes him not oh no, he's still confused. Finally, it's my turn. And we have literally no way of escaping. So let's summon a Gorse. As we wait for Lulu to get up and get off the field. Hi Lulu, bye Lulu. The reason I summoned a Gorse is because that guy has Fireball, and I'm hoping he uses it.
Be strong.
Please be strong before these things kill you. Let's go for this guy first. You did not use the Fireball that I was anticipating him using, so... my summon is already almost dead. Thankfully it hit both times, and it didn't use Fireball again, so Agorce is dead. Sadly, I'm sorry, Agorce. You were the best hope I had at the moment. Tidus, I swear to God. Alright, well, Tidus is dead, so there is that. At least he's not confused anymore. Hey, Andy gets a turn, and I'm just gonna run away because that fight went far more poorly than it should have, so let's just take what we've got and flee. We will touch and use the save sphere before we leave this area, and probably retreat from any further battles just so we don't take additional damage for no reason. I have so many save slots, and I'm sure someone is going to yell at their screen every time I make a new save slot. Or has been yelling at their screen every time I make a new save slot. Hello. As much as I'd kind of like to fight you, we will pass. At the very least, actually, so we can occasionally steal, let us put Riku in the party. And we'll change the party before we exit this area. Hello. Well, not stealing this fight, because Riku's not going first. That's how I determine if we're stealing or not. I'm pretty much gonna have to do some grinding after this area because I'm skipping so many fights. I don't even know if I can do the boss at the end of this area, so we'll see. Musk. This, however, is a much easier boss fight for whatever reason than Seymour version 740. I don't know what version he is. No, we'll stick to my plan and flee from every fight between here and the boss. Cutscene, get. It's not really a cutscene, but you know what I mean.
They'll be upon us soon. She has sent fiends to test our summoner's strength.
Who is she?
Yunalesca.
Lady Yunalesca?
In Zanarkand, she awaits the arrival of the strongest.
She is still alive?
As much as Micah and Seymour.
I see.
Lost your nerve?
No. Nothing frightens me now.
Braska would be proud.
Then, I must not let him down.
Indeed. Let us continue. There is actually a save point up here. I completely forgot about that. Hello. So I could have done all those encounters between here and there, but at this point, it's kind of null and void. And just for simplicity's sake, I'm going to save yet again. Doesn't take too long anyway. That way I don't have to do that trek in the event that we do die horribly. And let's go ahead and swap our party to... Titus, Yuna, and... You can actually steal a pretty good item from him, so I'll probably end up doing that, but we'll swap Orin in. Orin. Alright. Hello, Flan. I have no need for you today, sir. I've probably fled from like over 100,000 AP so far in this playthrough.
It comes!
Say hello to the Sanctuary Keeper. The main trick, or the main trouble, as it were, with this fight is status ailments, which I have very little, really no way, to be honest, of protecting against. So hopefully this does alright. Step 1, by the way, note to spell. Cast Reflect on the enemy. You don't need to immediately, but I'm going to, so I don't forget. You'll see why a bit later. This is the move that causes status ailments. Also, you'd want to have Protect for this, but I usually don't for the first one. She's sleeping, he's blind and silenced. And I don't know why we can't do that, but I'm gonna go ahead and remedy him. I don't know if you can remove Curse with Remedy. I actually don't know what removes Curse. Not Remedy. I also don't remember what Curse does. Apparently it keeps you from doing that. Armor Break. I don't think it has armor, but it does remove defense. So they're both still sleeping. Could be problematic. He follows a pattern. I'll actually go ahead and tell you the pattern. Photon Wing, 2 regular attacks, Mana Breath, and then 2 Kiragas once his health is below half, which it's currently not, so that's kind of irrelevant. But Photon Wings is the main problem because it causes status ailments. His regular attack just hits hard, basically. Hey, Yuna's awake. So what's his health at? 37k? Yeah, we've basically done nothing. As logical as that may seem, the downside of casting Reflect on him is Lulu can't do any damage, so do bear that in mind. I'm pretty sure you can't slow him, but I'm gonna go ahead and see if we can delay Buster him, because that would be fairly useful, because he's about to hit us with status ailments again. It turns out you can't. Mental Break doesn't do anything because we can't cast magic on him. We can Power Break him to reduce the incoming damage a little bit. 10k from that. Okay. Oh yeah, he counters with Tail Sweep sometimes, which I hate with a passion, but... Normal attack, Photon Wings should come up. Or Mana Breath, which I forgot about, which may kill everyone. No, it just killed him. Thought that was a party-wide hit. Turns out it is not. Phoenix down. Now is it gonna Photon Wings us and kill everyone? Now it's gonna cast Protect on us. Thank you, how kind. I appreciate your donation to the cause there. I would like to steal from it, don't worry too much about that. We'll swap you out for Riku. To steal, gives you a turbo ether, which is pretty useful. And I don't know how much HP it has, but... I'm gonna haste Riku, which may seem odd right now, but I'm gonna be using Albed Potions on our next turn. Maybe multiple Albed Potions. Another Protect? Is it gonna be stuck in an infinite Protect loop? Because I love when the AI does that. Sometimes if you cast Reflect on an enemy and they're scripted to have a certain status buffed onto them during a certain amount of HP, in which case this one probably is, you can basically abuse that and he'll get stuck infinitely casting something on himself until his HP drops below X threshold, obviously, but I'm tempted to leave Walk It in because he'll do decent damage. So we're at 20k after this. Let's do it. I'm gonna summon on Yuna's next turn, assuming she's not preoccupied being asleep or something. This causes a lot of status ailments, by the way. Silence, sleep, darkness, everyone's asleep. That's pretty bad. Except for him now. Curse, obviously. She's not asleep anymore, so we're going to abuse Revocane's Overdrive. Causes Confuse, somewhat rarely. I don't remember what else. It takes 6400 to overkill, by the way, before I forget. I think that's all it causes. By the way, just like when fighting Seymour, you only have one turn with your overdrives before he will mana whatever laser beam them to death, so just overdrive. This probably won't kill it. It shouldn't kill it. No, 13k. Does good damage. Shouldn't kill it though. Here comes Death and Doom and Despair. Usually, maybe it changed. Usually he does Mana Breath the instant you summon, which didn't actually kill Rev. Interesting. And he's casting Reflect on himself, so now Rev has Reflect. Okay. I can't heal, so hit it, I guess. If Rev lives... Oh, it's looping. Oh wait, it casts... Ah! The AI has a brain. It casts Reflect on me and then give itself Protect. Alright, it doesn't matter though, because it's dead, so GG, well played. You can see why this fight is much easier than Seymour's fight. It's much less luck. He's got a pattern. You can negate his pattern by doing things, etc., etc. He doesn't just insta-kill people.
We rest a little?
No need. We reach the summit soon.
I know. That's why I want to stop for a bit. Soon means that there's not much time left.
Riku.
Fine. I'll think on the way.
Hey, come on, let's go.
We are. We're almost there, aren't we?
We've come a long way.
What's so funny?
You remind me of myself. Before, the closer I came to Zanarkand, the more I wondered. When we arrive, Braska will call the final Aeon. He will fight Sin, then die. I thought my mind was made up long before. But when I stood here, my resolve wavered.
Never would have figured. Legendary Guardians choke sometimes too, yeah?
Legendary Guardian. I was just a boy. A boy about your age, actually. I wanted to change the world too. But I changed nothing. That is my story.
A city dead for 1,000 years. A city I had to see with my own eyes. The end of Yuna's journey. The last chapter in my story. My thoughts, they kept floating up and then slipping through my fingers, slipping away before I could pin them down with words.
Yuna, I say no. If we go down there, then you'll... Riku, you're a true friend, and I thank you, but I must go. Down to Zanarkand. I'm not saying we shouldn't go. But shouldn't we think about it some more? There's gotta be some kind of way we can save you, Yuna! All my life, I knew this moment would come. Yuni... Thank you, Riku. Thank you for everything. Don't say that, Yuni. It's not over yet. Tell Sid, thank you. No, you can tell him yourself. Please. Yuni, don't say that because we're gonna see each other again, okay? Kimari, let's go.
Maybe this is actually Braska's sphere and I was just remembering the wrong place. Or not remembering the wrong place, as it were. Or that's just a sphere Yuna left there from sounds of the ocean. I don't actually know.
Kimari told me, when my father wanted me taken from Bavel to Besaid, it was you who told Kimari, right? I had always wanted to meet you someday. I am truly glad that I had that chance. Having you as a guardian was so great an honor. I don't know how to thank you. Perhaps if I defeat Sin, that will be my thanks to you. That's what I'll do. Yes. I will challenge Sin. I will defeat Sin. If you are all there watching this, then I guess Sin is already gone. And so am I. I suppose. Anyway, I just wanted to say, Sir Orin, I thank you. Kimari, do you remember the first day we met? I was only 7. My father had defeated Sin, and all Bavel was celebrating. Everyone was saying what a hero my father was. I was so happy. But when night came, it occurred to me. My father had defeated Sin, and now he was dead. Now I was all alone. I couldn't sleep, So I wandered into the town, away from the celebrating crowds. I stood on the bridge in Bavel, where my father and I had parted. Standing there, alone, I could see the fields where he had fought sin. Then, you appeared, Kimahri. You said you were looking for the daughter of Braska, remember? At first, I was so scared, until I realized what a gentle person you are. You weren't used to talking to children. When I told you that I was Braska's daughter, you said you would take me as far from Bavel as you could. That it was the wish of a man facing death. I think I cried then, because that was when I knew my father was dead, and I would never see him again. You just held me, without saying a word. I cried after we got to Besaid, too. When you tried to go, after leaving me in the care of the temple, I held on to you crying, "Don't go, don't go." And you listened, Kimahri. You stayed. Kimahri, thank you. Thank you so much. And I've always liked your broken horn. Waka, Lulu. I'll never forget my days spent with you, growing up in Besaid. We always played together, us and Chapu. That's why I was always so happy, I think. And when you refused to let me become a summoner, and I did it anyway, I'm sorry. I've always wanted to apologize. You know, when you tried to stop me then, really, I was happy. I could tell you really cared about me. You were like my big brother and sister. No, I think you really were my big brother and sister. What else? I love watching you play blitzball, Waka. I even love it when you scold me, Lulu. Really. I guess that leaves the newest guardian. Star player of the Zanarkand Abes. You are... I am... Well, I'm glad that we met. We haven't even known each other that long, but... It's funny. So this is what it feels like. It's a much more wonderful feeling than anything I had ever imagined. Wonderful. But it hurts sometimes. I wonder. I just want to say thank you for everything. Maybe that's why it hurts. When I think about us never being together again at all, I'm afraid. No, I shouldn't say that. I'll do that part over.
What you up to?
The feels, man, the feels. Is there anything in this little cove over here? Oh, no, just a little hole in the wall, apparently. Whatever, game. Put little holes in your wall. That doesn't make any sense at all, but that's my threat to the game that I can't actually do anything to. I believe there's a couple other bits of story. You can also get this sweet view if you stand right here. looks quite a bit different than the PS2 version, if I'm not mistaken, but that was because the PS2 version had fog on everything, everywhere, fog everywhere. It's an old game, that's basically how they made stuff run well, is they just made everything foggy. Like Turok 3D, I think that's what it was. It was like the notorious game on like the N64 or something that had like 1 foot of visibility or something ridiculous like that. Also, signature scene that everyone basically knows apart from the laughing comes up right here.
Listen to my story. This may be our last chance. Hey, there was more, right? I mean, like that time. Anyone?
I think
Yes?
that we should stop. Maybe. For now. Let's go.
Sorry to interrupt this great scene. This music plays the whole way, by the way, it's great, but I'm gonna let them all walk off. I'm gonna end this set here. I don't remember if the music continues to play after you load, but the music will play as you run through the rest of this area, so it's really quite cool. I really like that touch. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. All of the feels in this video, and I'll see you guys next time for even more feels, because we're actually reaching the end of the storyline, as you probably can figure out.